What is up, guys? It is Daniel Zuniga here with Couch Potato Sports, and I have another very special guest. It is Jaxton Eck, the off-ball linebacker from the University of New Mexico. Jaxton, how are you doing today?
I'm doing good. Appreciate you having me on.
And for those people who don't know, probably live under a rock. Your dad is the UNM football head coach. He's been a rising coaching prospect for the last 2 years. He's been doing amazing things in the college football world. What did you know about New Mexico before?
Honestly, not a ton. The most I know from it was a couple of my teammates at Idaho transferred from New Mexico, Matthias Bertram and Ben Bertram. They played 2020, 2021, and they were from Albuquerque, so they love it here. They have a lot of pride being from New Mexico. And I think that kind of has spoken volumes, is just seeing how much the community cares about New Mexico. You see that the basketball games, the pit, how it's packed. So hopefully we can do that for football too.
He's bringing such a specific, amazing culture over here. So for people unaware with your dad's coaching philosophies, what is he going to bring to the UNM locker room?
Yeah, I think he just creates a culture that's focused on the details and going about our business the right way, but it's also about having fun. He makes it a good experience. And I think that helps the team come together and be close. We do a lot of things, it's not all football. We'll have non-football meetings, and we'll go bowling, or we'll have a dodgeball tournament or stuff like that. Go to the movies. That little stuff doesn't seem like much, but I think that really brings the team closer together, bonds everyone.
Dodgeball tournament, that sounds like a bunch of fun,
yeah.
But who's one of the most competitive guys on the team that you found out through these bowling nights?
I got a few. I'd say, obviously, Jack Lane, my roommate. We're really competitive with each other. We go back and forth. Richard Pierce, who was a captain last year on the O-line, a really good player, but he's also super competitive, especially in the weight room. So he challenges guys. And then I'd say KD, he's a receiver. I like how he competes. He has a chip on his shoulder.
And Jack also said, I know we got a fly that keeps coming in.
It's
fantastic. So Jack informed me that you are an incredible player at NCAA, the video game. So who's your team of choice? What is your go-to strategy when you play the game?
I'd say I don't even have a team of choice. I'll play with anyone. Offense, it's run the ball a lot, play action. And defense, do a little bit of everything. Blitz, mix up coverages. Honestly, if me and Jack are playing online, against other people, he might be better than me. I just know him and how he plays, so I get after him.
And so, as the son of a football coach, you're living in a lot of different places. You went to high school in South Dakota, right?
Yeah, yes, sir.
So, can you talk a little bit about some of the influence that you've had from some of the players you got to watch growing up? Did you have a favorite football team? Do you have a favorite player growing up?
Yeah, I'd say, especially sticks out, Cade Johnson. He's a South Dakota State receiver. And he's actually the brother of Keegan Johnson, who's on the team here at New Mexico now. But he was a undersized guy, just worked really hard, and ended up maybe playing for the Seahawks for a few years. So he was always just a great guy. Those guys especially stick out. The guys that would take the time to come say what's up to you. And I think that makes a big impact as a kid.
So, you grew up as a Vikings fan. I think obviously, as you can tell, I'm a 10-year vet. Not a 10-year vet, but I fell in love with the game. I'll never forget it. It was Chuck E. Cheese in the Conwood Mall area. It's in Albuquerque.
Yep.
And I remember all the dads were watching this game, and I was like, what are they watching? And everybody was rooting for the Broncos. They were playing the Patriots. Yeah. Champ Bailey just intercepted Tom Brady, took it to the house, and I saw Tom Brady, this guy just screaming and yelling, getting on his teammates. I was like, I hate that guy. I love that team. Since then, I love the Denver Broncos. So is there a specific moment that you remember where you fell in love with the game?
Well, for the Vikings, it was when I was 4 years old. I remember I had to wake up before school. Usually we'd have SportsCenter, and I was on. And there was Viking highlights going on, so kind of similar to you. So I saw Adrian Peterson. I think that was still when they had Brett Favre. So they were a really good team back then. So yeah, I kind of just fell in love with them. Fell in love with the game. I think just growing up, going to games every Saturday, it's always just kind of been a part of my life. So I think it was just natural to fall in love with the game. When I lived in Virginia, I played tackle football in first grade. So that's when I started, and I've loved it since then.
Gosh, and watching Adrian Peterson in his prime, in his rookie year, there is really nothing like it. And, for those unaware, you're an off-ball linebacker.
Yeah.
Last year, I don't have the exact number, 136 total tackles. You're a first-team Big Sky. What was that like, getting that accomplishment? How did you figure out that you got such a big honor?
Yeah, it was a great blessing. You set goals for yourself to make all conference team and all that, but to actually get to accomplish that was really cool. We found out the day before they announced it on social media and everything. After practice, my dad just pulled the team together after practice and announced the guys that got selected, and that was really cool just to hear it around your teammates and everyone celebrating each other. We were fortunate enough that we had a lot of guys, especially on our defense, be first team. So that was a great blessing and really thankful for it.
When I watch your highlights, first off, like you can watch 3 plays and tell immediately that's like, oh, this guy's got a high football IQ. The instincts are there. And then what I really love too is kind of like, you got this, you're like a traffic controller in your pursuit where it's just you hit a gap quickly, you hit the running back right before a tackle for a loss. I just love your closing speed in your pursuit. Are there some linebackers that you watched growing up that were mentors to you?
I'd say obviously Luke Kuechly, that's a common answer, but he was just the way he prepared and just the way he studies the game. I don't know if you've seen like clips online, but it's like he's calling out plays before they even happen. So I really try and model and be like him and prepare that way. I really like Dre Greenlaw for the 49ers. I like the passion he plays with. I try and play with that. And I say a Vikings guy that I looked up to were like Eric Hendricks and Anthony Barr, Chad Greenlaw. Probably non-Vikings fans might not know those names, but those are really good players for the Vikings, and that's what I looked up to.
I love that. Can't wait to get on. Yeah, no, Luke Kuechly I think is a phenomenal one because it's just like he knew what the play was going to be beforehand. So can you, just for anybody that's hoping to be in your shoes one day, the amount of hours that you put into the film room or those meetings that you have to make it seem like you guys are predicting the play?
It's a lot more than you think. I'd say, like, obviously you have your time with your team, but you got, like, I'd say I'd probably put in about almost 10 hours a week just on my own, just watching film, studying, trying to figure out like tendencies, what teams like to do in certain formations, and then also just like where a tight end lines up, on the ball, off the ball, what run plays are you going to see out of that, how O-lineman's leaning, maybe give a run-pass read. So there's a lot of stuff that goes into it, but it makes a big difference because defense you're reacting. The offense is really at an advantage every play. So just trying to find those little details that can give you an edge. Important.
Awesome. And then, so just one more football specific question. So we get to some of the fun stuff. But, you know, you've been in UNM for a minute now. You guys have been through a lot of training together. You guys are starting to have a lot of that cohesiveness. Who are some players that you would love to shout out that you're just like, man, this guy's the dog out there?
Guys I'm really excited to see from Idaho, Deshaun Buchanan, running back. He's a really good player. He's only had so many snaps last year, only played in like 4 or 5 games because of injuries. The games he played in, he was a really good player. Another running back, Scottre, from Montana State. He's a really tough guy to play against, but he's on my team now.
That's another thing too, is like, what is it like to, you know, Montana State was one of your guys' biggest rivals the past couple of years. To now have you guys join forces.
It's kind of cool. It's like you like respect a lot of those guys in the league, and you kind of like have kind of a rivalry against them, but then now getting to come play with them, it's cool just to be around so many talented guys. Ramon Bankston from Weber State, even running back played against. So I played against a lot of those guys. I'd say also Keyshawn, Idaho DN, he's a really good player. Austin Brawley, Ohio safety, he's going to be a big player. He was with Coach Nowinski, our DC, at Ohio, so he's really comfortable with the defense. So he's a good leader out on the field for us. Well, I could go on and on. We have a lot of guys, but just excited to see what we do.
Obviously, you're a phenomenal linebacker, and just, I mean, I'm just looking at you right now, like the size, the athleticism that you play with, it's all just what you want from the modern player. Are there some stuff that you're sharpening this offseason to further your game?
For sure. I'd say, especially getting hip surgery in the spring, just trying to get my speed back. I've been playing here, honestly, the last couple of years, so it's nice to feel good when like running and working out. So I'm just excited about that, just keep building up my speed. Because, you know, maybe you turn a couple more of those 1 or 2 yard tackles into tackle for loss or bigger plays. Or maybe a pass breakup into an interception. So really just the speed, and then just keep sharpening like the mental stuff, keep watching film, and stay on top of that stuff.
So now, obviously, we want the fans to get to know you just a little bit. So we're going to ask you some of the hard-hitting questions. First off, this has been on my mind a lot now. Are you a raisins in dessert type of guy or raisins not in desserts type of guy?
I'm just no raisins completely. I'm not a big raisins guy.
That's
never have been.
That's one for us. That's one for us. And so let's just say it's cheat day. I mean, you can literally go anywhere in the country. So what is your spot to go and throw down? Maybe get like 1,000, 2,000 calories in.
Maybe like Cheesecake Factory.
Cheesecake.
I went there during the May break after spring ball ended with a guy on the team. And I got like the Oreo cheesecake. I'm a big Oreo guy. So I guess I'd say that.
What is your go-to movie? It could be a couple if you can't decide on one. But
yeah. I'm big into like the sports movies. Greater. It's about the Arkansas O-lineman walkout in Burlsworth. I really recommend that. It's a good movie, good story. It's sad, but it's a good story.
Yeah.
I like Moneyball a lot.
Moneyball. Yeah. Okay.
It's a baseball movie. I just like the story of that. Like underdog coming out. Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Ferris
Like
Bueller's
that.
Day Off. I just watched that
Classic.
for the first time. Like,
Really?
It was one of those ones where I'm just like, I gotta watch it eventually, and I finally did.
Yeah.
It's okay. No, I'm just kidding. It's good. It's good. What about your go-to TV show?
TV show, big, The Office.
Oh,
Big-
really?
Big Office guy.
Okay.
Yeah. I've watched it through probably like 4 times.
Oh my god, I've watched it like a million times too.
Also, my girlfriend's gotten me into Stranger Things,
Okay.
so I've been big into that.
Do you know Stranger Things filmed in New Mexico?
I did not know that.
Season
No.
season 4, yeah. If you ever been in,
Really?
you'll see the Sunport. They're gonna
Wow.
say it's California, but it's not.
Gotcha.
And
I
then
didn't
you'll-
know that.
Yeah, season 4. A lot of it was filmed in New Mexico, so 505, nice and
There you
proud.
go. Yes, sir.
Perfect. So first off, I want to give a big shout out to William Stafford. He's one of the owners here at Sadie's of New Mexico. So I also want to give a shout out to Sadie's as well. It was my first job when I think it was like 15 or 16. It was my first job ever. Thank you so much for giving me a chance. And then I don't want to brag. These are their small nachos. I ate the entire thing when I was a senior in high school. It is still my biggest accomplishment to this day. Obviously can't do anymore. I'm out of my prime, but these are the small nachos. I devoured them. And then this is the Billy Bondo burger, named after William Stafford. And I know the story behind this, but I won't share it
All right, then, keep your secrets.
because I know William will probably want to tell that to people himself. And then, obviously you play such a, football is such a game. It's a game of inches, but it's also a fast-paced game, a game of tons of hits. What is your hype-up song?
I'd say like right before the game, I'm a pretty chill. No, like not a ton of music, kind of just with my thoughts. But like going to the stadium, I don't have a specific song, but like J. Cole, Drake, I like Rod Wave. I'd say those are my top 3.
Okay,
Yeah.
nice.
That's what I'm listening to.
Perfect. And then, so what elementary school did you go to, by the way? Do you remember?
Elementary school?
Yeah,
I
dude.
went to I think 5 elementary schools.
Okay.
So,
I said,
probably couldn't name them
we
all.
won't. We're not going to do that to you. We're not going to make you remember all those names. You're back in elementary school. You're with your best buddies.
Yep.
What game are you playing during recess time?
Usually football, for sure.
It's usually
Like,
football?
Mostly football, that's what I touch. A little basketball.
Okay.
Depends on the weather and all that stuff. If the field's really wet, we'll go to the basketball court.
And for this last round of questions, we have a very special guest. It is 5th grader Dylan Machuzak from Joe Harris Elementary School. I've known this kid since he's been in kindergarten. Dylan, how you doing today?
Good.
You ready to ask some questions?
What do you like to do when you're not playing game? What's your hobby?
When I'm not playing football, I like to. Usually, I'm pretty chill, not do too much. Sometimes I like going to the pool, go swimming, or the lake. I just hang out with friends.
After games, what would you like? What's your favorite food for after games?
After games, that's a good question. I usually traditionally usually do is we'll go get wings somewhere. So maybe we'll go to Buffalo Wild Wings or been to Applebee's before. Probably one of those.
What would you do on a weekend?
On the weekend, well, Saturday usually we'll still either it's game day during the season or during the off season we'll have a little lift. And then it's usually just hang out with teammates, have fun. And then Sunday's like a big recovery day. Maybe go to church in the morning, but then just kind of chill the rest of the day. I got a question for you.
What?
What's your NFL team?
Minnesota Vikings.
You're a Vikings fan too? Favorite player?
Justin Jefferson.
That's a good answer. What all sports do you play?
Soccer.
You play soccer? Nice. I played soccer too.
Would you usually take ice baths?
Do I
after
take
games?
ice baths? Sometimes. It depends. I'll usually, during fall camp, because we have practice every day, I'll try and get in the ice tub after practices, usually just to cool me down. But I like more stretching. I'd say I do that more. Or massage.
And this is a little thank you. Thank you so much for taking some time out of your busy day to come out here and meet with us.
Awesome.
This is a tortilla blanket, so
Sweet.
we can do wonders with that. And that is the official
Robo
Sadie
salsa.
salsa. Yeah,
Love it.
UNM salsa.
Appreciate you. Thank
No,
you so
for
much.
sure, man. Thank you so much. So thank you so much for coming on, Dylan, and for asking some questions. That was very awesome of you. You're going to get an autographed football here, and then this other one's going to be just anybody. Again, you're just going to see this interview, respond to anything, and you'll be entered to win this autographed football.